When Allie first came to me, she had been in a 2 year rut with zero consistency in her workouts, and with her food, she was just eyeballing it. This meant really no structure at all for her. It had been her first time living on her own, and with that came a lack of consistency, accountability, and she found herself pushing things off again and again till the next day. As a cosplayer, she'd get her photos back from conventions and not even recognize herself. She had completely lost connection with how she looked and how she felt. Now she's wearing the same size jeans that she wore in college, her arms are more visible, and she is rocking bodysuits at conventions like Dragon Con, all while having more energy than ever. She accomplished all of this while eating more food than ever and only working out 3 to 4 times a week. My name's Sampi, and I'm a fitness nutrition coach for geeks and gamers. I help them lose body fat and gain confidence without giving up the hobbies they love. My program is different because it allows for a lot of flexibility for gamers with busy lives, as well as things like ADHD. As a gamer, cosplayer, and nerd myself, I understand how busy our lives get and the flexibility that we need, and some of the obstacles that can come from a sedentary lifestyle. As a former competitive bodybuilder and powerlifter, I understand what it takes in a program to actually get those results. I want you to be able to level up your fitness and reach your health goals without giving up your gaming nights and convention schedules. My program teaches you how to power up your nutrition, level up your strength, and also help you maintain these results in the long term. Today's conversation is perfect for anyone who is petite and has been struggling to figure out how to get that toned look without barely eating any food. We'll share how Allie went from being told to eat around 1,200 calories to building an hourglass figure while eating significantly more food. If you've ever felt yourself spinning your wheels, feeling like you're getting no results despite doing the right thing, this video is for you. What is your name and where are you from?
I'm Allie. I am from Florida, the middle of the swamp.
That. What were you struggling with before we worked together?
I was struggling a lot with, I had sort of taken a break in around this time of the year, actually, like in 2022. I was like, I'm just going to take some time off for the holidays. And I was still on a break in the summer when we started working together. I was really like struggling with, like, there was no like consistency in my workouts at all, like nutrition. I was like, I'm going to just eyeball it. And there was no eyeballing really happening. So I was just kind of like, I was really struggling with just like in general. I felt like I wanted to have it together, but I just couldn't like get there. I was working at it and just nothing was happening.
Mm-hmm. And what specific problems, challenges, or struggles were you looking for help with?
I was really looking for, I had also started living alone for the first time a couple of years ago, or not the first time, but the first time in a long time. And like I had sort of lost the like sense of accountability. Like when you live with somebody and you're like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym, and you're still sitting there an hour later, people are like, oh, I thought you were leaving. And you're like, oh, I gotta go. But there was like none of that. When you live alone, it's like, there's a lot of not like
Mm-hmm.
letting yourself off the hook, but it's like, oh, I'll get to that tomorrow. And then you don't do it tomorrow either. And like I hadn't like really had like, I was like, I had this like vision of myself in my head. And I was like, I still like look that way. I still feel that way. And as a cosplayer, like I started getting photos back and I was like, who is that? Like I was like, I didn't realize like how like far off of where I wanted to be I was until like it was like 2 years down the road, and I was like, I don't know what happened, I don't know when it happened, but like I don't look like myself, I don't feel like myself. Like it was sort of shocking, like to just sort of realize that I had just sort of let a lot of stuff slide, like taking care of myself had fallen completely by the wayside for work, and stuff that was important, but probably not as important as that.
Totally. And it's hard, like living on your own. And then, like, when you work from home, when your hobbies are at home, like cosplay, so much of your like sewing and crafting, uh, totally that separation starts to kind of fall away sometimes when you don't have the separation in zones for it. Um,
Yeah.
what made you reach out to me and why not another coach?
So, Talia actually posted like that video that like interview that you did together, and I had seen like the Florida cosplay communities like this big, especially for
Yeah.
people who were cosplaying like before COVID.
Mhm.
Um, And so I was like, I had seen Talia posting a lot about like all of the progress and everything like that. But I was like, I kind of thought that like Health Bar Fitness was a gym, like in Orlando or somewhere. Like I was like, oh yeah, like that must just be like this exercise space. And then I realized that it was like an actual coach and a person. And I was like, I have been like sort of looking for like somebody to like help me like come up with like an actual program and be accountable because I knew I wasn't doing that for myself. And so I was like, I realized that you were a coach, and I sort of waffled on it for a couple of weeks just because I had an interesting training experience before. Um, but ultimately, I was like, I really wanted to work with you because, you know, Talia's vibe check is immaculate, as you know. And so, so I was like, listen, absolutely have to give it a shot.
Absolutely. Talia is great. Like, what an amazing, amazing story. And like, she's made so much progress as well. What ultimately made you decide to pull the trigger on signing up for coaching?
I was like nervous for a minute because I, you know, again had like I was sort of one of those like bro trainer experiences before. It was like a super nice guy, but it was like you will eat chicken and broccoli and be in the gym for 2 hours a
Mhm.
day. But I was like, but I knew that I needed to make a change. And I knew that if I were going to do it myself, if I were going to like be able to enforce it, just going it by myself, I would have done it already.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was like, if I'm going to like make a
Mhm.
big life change or like a series of small life changes that turn into a big life change, like I if I were going to be do that on my own with like no support the way I was trying to, it would have coalesced in the amount of time that I had been trying to do it. So
Absolutely. So it's just knowing like you need a little outside help to get you where you want it to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What has been your biggest takeaways so far?
It's I know I just said like but it's like a series. There's like a series of small changes that you have to make if you try to change absolutely everything about how
Yeah.
you live overnight. That doesn't work. I've tried that before. It doesn't work. And so realizing that it's like you don't have to like stop like eating the things you enjoy. You don't have to like suddenly start running 5 miles a day. Like if that's not what you're already into, like you don't have to make these like huge, like massive life changes to make a difference. And you don't have to do it in like, 90 days. You know, the internet's like, here's how to get like your beach body in 30 days because you forgot to get to it. And there's no like huge, massive like life change that you're going to make like that that's going to stick, and that means and like that's like also going to stick around, like so if you do that sort of a thing, and like learning like consistency, like I was like if I'm not in the gym 5 or 6 days a week, I am a failure, like the way that I was doing it before. And it's like I don't have to, if I'm not in the gym 5 days a week, if I give it 3 or 4 really
Mhm.
good solid days, like that is, and that's the amount of time that I have, then it's like
Mhm.
that is I can get just as much done in that amount of time as spinning my wheels,
Mhm.
like for more days and getting less done.
Let's think, yeah. Especially for your goals and stuff. I mean, like the most optimal program is one that you'll actually do. And you're a busy person. You have like a pretty intense job, plus your hobby is almost like a second job, right? Like
Yeah.
a lot of time being a like proficient cosplayer, you make so much stuff from scratch. So
Yeah.
with that amount of time and stuff, like 5 days in the gym doesn't make sense for everybody. And it certainly did not make sense for your lifestyle. So
Yeah. Yeah, and like I mean, trying to get that many days in a week, I wasn't getting it in, and that was when I was like, oh well, I missed one day this week, so I just won't go. Like the week's a wash.
Mhm.
Like it's too
Mhm.
bad.
Yeah, and that just winds up being so demotivating in the long run. Yeah,
Yeah.
what are the biggest shifts that you've made so far, you think, since being on this program?
I think definitely like the nutrition thing. I had done like some like the macros and the calorie counting and all of that stuff before, but like realizing like that I where I needed to make adjustments there, and that I didn't necessarily need to be eating like the 1200 1100 like calorie diet to try and get into like a deficit. It's like that's not really what I was going for, like real, so
Mhm.
so realizing like that my nutrition needed to be right, like one
Mhm.
of the like big first and foremost like things was like I wasn't taking care of myself in that way, and so I wasn't fueling my workouts. um but yeah, nutrition was a big one, and also like consistency has been a really big thing for me. Like if I can make it 3 days a week, I shouldn't feel bad about like I'm only getting 3 days
Mhm.
in. It's like the days that you can hit really hard, or not really hard, but like really consistently and get in every week, like that's what you can do. And consistency is way more important than killing yourself for a month and then falling off. So.
Absolutely. And you're one of like you're a pretty petite person. I think we're around the same height. You're
Yeah, 4'11". So
or
there, when you gain weight, there's nowhere for it to go, and you notice very quickly. And so yeah, but also like if your nutrition's not on point,
Mhm,
then your whole thing is screwed before
mhm.
you start.
And it's also just for anyone who's watching this, like a lot of times when you use calorie counters, or if you go on MyFitnessPal or like Noom, a lot of times the calories that they'll spit out at you are probably that 1200 number or even like lower sometimes because when you're 4'11, like it's just a number generator. It doesn't consider like
Yeah,
is actually realistic to eat.
yeah, or what you're trying to do. Like when I was like, oh, I want to build muscle, it's like, okay, so that'll be 150 grams of protein. And I was like, okay, well, that's not going to happen. Like on 1,200 calories, you're putting me on the chicken and broccoli diet. So
Mhm. No,
yeah,
absolutely not. So being able to finesse things in a way that actually made sense for like a real person and not just like a automated like ChatGPT response for
yeah,
what
one of those like calculated based on your BMI, like sort of
you're.
counters, because I've used those before, and that's where you get like again like you can eat 1,100 calories, and it all has to be chicken.
They are great tools, but they don't account for like our actual lives and the fact that we are people and have things to do. So yeah, we wound up going in like a really different direction with things, I think, because we didn't just like peel back a bunch of calories. We slowly added stuff in, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's been like slowly increasing, which has been wild because I've been trying to like figure out how to eat more. Like I've been learning how to like eat more without, you know, it being like, I'll just eat a random sandwich at like midnight, which was, used to be my habit. And then I was like, oh well, I'm starting the next day off badly too, so I'm just gonna keep going. Um, yeah, it's been really like fun to be like, oh, I don't have to like be hungry when when I'm going to sleep or going to the gym. Like it's like really nice to have all of that like more squared away. I'm working at it. Like I'm working at the consistency on that too, but it's good
You're
to
how
like have numbers, and like, and yeah.
It's also so nice that you just have more flexibility now than you had before when it comes to diet. I mean, like you went and traveled and you were able to like go traveling for a month and be, for the most part, just have that flexibility there because traveling to somewhere like Europe or New York on like 1100 calories would be like practically impossible.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you can eat a meal and then you're done. Like
Mhm.
especially, like New York and like Italy, it's like all takeout. You're not sitting there. If you're when you're in a hotel, you're not, cooking. You're going out to eat. So, being like going out to eat and not being like, well, I ate once, so I'm done. Like but
So where is your health journey now since starting this program?
I think so. I'm in like a way better place. The amount of energy that I have since I started is
Mhm.
crazy. Like it used to be like I would wake up tired and I'd go to bed tired and I would
Mhm.
go to the gym tired and everything was like at this like low level of like kind of like sort of exhaustion, like which still happens a little bit just because my job is kind of high energy, or it's high demand, not high energy but high demand. But like it's not like I get off. It's like I get off of work and I have energy to like go and do my hobby. Like I have, I'm not like I have to go lay down on the couch for 3 hours.
Mhm.
And so like having the energy to do stuff, having like the ability to do stuff, I was helping my parents get stuff out of their attic, and last time I couldn't hold stuff up because I just wasn't strong enough to lift a box out of the attic. And so they thought that I was going to die because I fell off the ladder. And this year they're like, wow, like your arms look really good. Like I'm helping them get stuff down the ladder, and they're like, oh wow, like So like just being like I'm stronger now than I was before. Like I have like a level of energy that I haven't had probably ever, um, which has been really like fun and exciting. Like I have like a better relationship with food too, which has been really, really like fun and cool. Because probably like what my biggest like quote unquote problem area was probably like not knowing like what to eat or when to work meal stuff in, and where to what amount of protein I should be getting for the goal that I had in mind. Um, And so like having my nutrition squared away, having all like my energy is better, my, just everything has improved since I, made like what was, not like supposed to be, but like what you think of as like a small life improvement. You're like, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to get in better shape. But there's so much more that comes with it.
Absolutely. And can you think of any other tangible results that you achieved? Like I know that I think you had some like different clothing
Oh
sizes.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, so I actually had to go to the store this weekend because my jean situation was getting ridiculous. I was like, I'll just wear a belt because I know I'm going to continue to like shift sizes. But I was like, no, these look like clown pants. So I had to like go to the store and I bought jeans and I'm wearing like the size I was wearing in college, which, I haven't fit in jeans that size in like almost a decade. Which was crazy. Like I haven't worn clothes that size in forever. My t-shirts are all getting really tight in the arm, which is wild. I've never had that problem before. I'm like, it's like, oh yeah, like I put this shirt on that I'm wearing right now, and I was like, oh, it's like I'm like, oh, it's just a little pinch there. Um, I'm like, so it's interesting. Like some parts growing and some parts not growing. But also like I at Dragon Con, we were only like 2 months into the program at that point. But like I was like running around like day one of Dragon Con. My first costume was like this like skin tight suede bodysuit like situation. And it was like I was wearing it, I was rocking it, I was taking pictures. Before I would have been like, no, like even if I had had the confidence to put it on, which I hadn't had in a few years, I would have been like, no pictures. And I'm like taking pictures. I'm posting them on the internet. Like, it was just like, the ability to like wear what I wanted to again and like have it show up. I was sewing something the other day, and I pulled a pattern out that I was working on last year. And I had to like take a couple of inches out of it all the way around, which was it was great. It was crazy. I was like, oh, this fit pretty well. So I'll just pull it out and work from this
Yeah.
same this same base and save myself the time. And I ended up having to refit the whole thing. Um, and I'm like, and that was just something I made last year, not even like early in the year. It was like middle of the year. And I'm like, 6 months on the program on this program. It's like I'm wearing completely different sizes in regular clothes. I'm having to, fit my old costumes in. I have the
Incredible.
confidence to go out and wear all the super tight ones again that I used to really like wearing. And it's like it's cool. It's great. It's nice to have the confidence again.
Mhm. It's nice that you were able to like make the shifts that you wanted. You're able to like you've gone down in sizes, you've grown in other areas, and also like you've been able to do all of this while eating more and having more energy. This wasn't like I have to like eat less and like feel groggy all the time to get there, but like things
Yeah.
are better now on top of that.
Yeah. Or go total cardio bunny, which is just not my
Mhm.
thing. Like people who can do it, amazing. I can't.
Not for everyone. It takes a lot of
Yeah.
time to go that route, like so
Yeah.
much. What internal mindset shifts have you made since we've started working together?
I've had to get like a lot more like not like stern with myself, but like simultaneously like you have to get a little harder on yourself and also a little bit more forgiving because it's like if you have to be like okay, you have to get up and go. Like you have to get up and go to the gym because like I sort of lurk in Discord, like in the Discord
Yeah.
community is great, but I'm a super lurker there, but it's like everyone else got up and went to the gym today. Get up and go to the gym. And it's like it's not even just like the app will track it and some people know. It's like everyone else got up and went to the gym today. So go. Um, like making that shift and being like, you have to go and do it because you have to.
You do.
Um, but then also like being like slightly more forgiving, or it's like, oh, am going, no, we're not like forgiving, but like you go out to eat with friends and you're like, there's this impulse like left over from diet culture that's like, oh, I'll eat I need to get the healthiest thing on the like, health smart menu. And like, I can't have fun with it. But you don't want to be that person going out with people either. So it's like, but you also don't want to be like, I'll eat whatever I want and then I'll go punish myself in the gym the next day. So being like, exercise and like fitness is like your reward and not your punishment. You go out and you live your life and you go to the gym because that's part of your life and not because you're like making up for something that you did in the rest of your life. So like learning that mindset because when I had done the gym before, like with previous trainers, it was like, okay, well, you screwed up. So you have an extra hour in the gym. Like that was what the gym was. It was like, oh, well, you dorked up. So now it's your
Yeah.
time to go to the gym. Um, And so like the gym was a punishment. And now it's like I look forward to waking up early in the morning, waking up earlier than I have ever woken up before and being like, I'm gonna go to the gym because this is the time when I go.
It's
So that's
incredible.
been fun. Yeah, just like learning the shift of like when to let yourself off the hook, or like when to realize that something is not something you have to let yourself off the hook for, and like when to, get hard on yourself and be like, get up and go.
It's all a balancing act and it's all about figuring out like what matters to you most. That's incredible. And like how nice is it to like wake up now and just be like, oh, time to go. Like,
Yeah, you get up and go. I have all of this time before work now. I used to be like, man, there's not enough time in the day. And now it's like I get up, I go to the gym, and then I'm like, oh, well, I have, an hour, an extra 2 hours before work that I didn't have before, which is cool. So
incredible. How has your experience been in general with Health Bar Fitness?
it's been great. Like I said, I kind of lurk in the Discord, but
Mhm.
I have such like a great time watching everybody else in like the health bar fitness community. Like, one of these days I'll make a call or something. Um, but like it's cool to like have a sense of community because I was missing that a lot from like when you're trying to go it alone, you're just trying to like do it. Um, and like I had this like image kind of that I was projecting before, like to people. It was like, I have it together. I'm your friend who like goes to the gym and knows what she's doing and all of this. And you feel like you have to keep putting up like that face, even when that's not where you are in life. Um, and so like having like a group of people who are like all like, pushing for the same, like not the same goal, but like towards the same end of like fitness is fun. Um, and we're all in it together. That has been really fun. Like having like the program with you and like having like an actual like back and forth and not like I'm using an app that just tells you, do these three random workouts, every time you're assigned and go for it. Like it's been fun for it to like actually be like a fun and like collaborative like effort. Like, like you're in a group of people and you have a great coach and there's like an actual element of like you're working with people towards
Mhm.
goals and not just like, screaming into the void.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Um, the difference with like an app where you're just like getting the input versus being able to be like, I'm going to be traveling this week. Like, what can we do? Or like, hey, like end of quarter's coming up. Like, what can we adjust? And being able to
Yeah. And there
have.
being like a
Mhm.
like have like be for there to be like a conversation, like, oh hey, like as opposed to, if you're just doing an app, it's like, well, I'll either skip it this,
Yeah.
if I'm busy, I'll just skip it or I won't,
Mhm.
like yeah.
Be able to work around things. On a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with the program?
I'm not gonna be one of those people who's like 11 out of 10, 100 out of 10. But like I would say I mean it's a 10 out of 10 program. Like across the board, it's just been like a really amazing experience just to like not even just like have the like you start and you automatically have all of the coaching and everything built in, but you also have this like whole community of people there who are like so like willing to like help you and chat with you and all of this stuff. Like immediately starting off like not just like you and your coach, but you and your coach and everyone else who also will have your back is so fun. Like it's been great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. If someone was considering working with me, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that this is not like if they're expecting to like make a huge, massive overnight change and have this be something that they can do in 30 days, that's not going to be it. Like this is not it. Like you have to be ready for it to be again like a series like we talked about I feel like I keep repeating myself, but it's like a series of small changes that turn into something big. It's like you will look at yourself in a month and you will feel different. Like it's you have to just stick with it and accept that the small changes are going to build into something really big and you're going to if not by the end of the first month of the program, like by the end of like your initial like program like time, you're going to be in a completely different place than you were before. You just have to actually give it the time.
Thank you. Is there anything else you want to add?
Oh gosh, I can't think of anything off the top of my head except that more people should join your program because it's so fun. I can't recommend it enough. It's been so cool to be like get like feel like myself again and get back into my whole like life stride. It's been incredible. I wanted it to be like something that could happen for me in 6 months, but I was like, we'll see. Like I was like, I want to make a change. So I started. And it's like, but it, I mean, it didn't even take 6 months. So it's been that's been really fun and cool.
Thank you
But
so, so much. If you're a self proclaimed nerd who wants to feel more confident and energized without giving up your gaming time or your favorite foods, I want to help. Join my Discord community at the link down below. There you'll find other like minded nerds who are looking to work on their fitness journeys. We have free resources, community challenges, book club, movie nights, as well as craft nights. You don't have to feel alone on this fitness journey. And if you're looking for more one on one support, book a call with me down below so we can discuss how I can help you get to your health goals. Remember, you don't have to choose between being a nerd and being fit. You can absolutely be both. Let's level up your health while you stay true to who you are. I'll see you in the next one.